Good morning everyone! As promised, I'll be sharing the steps and all of the things that I went through in order to get here. Basically how to study abroad. I have everything on my laptop right now and all of the timelines. The first step that I did was contacted IDP UK. You can get the contact numbers online, just search IDP UK or IDP whatever state that you want to study in. Malaysia also have Maybachs. I'm only aware of those two. I actually applied using Maybachs first, but they asked for payment, 100 ringgit if I'm not mistaken, and then I put a pause into that because I want to think. And then I knew from my friend that IDP was free, so I changed the agent and I go with IDP instead. But now I think that IDP also requires payment, but I don't know how much. So the first thing that they asked was about yourself, including highest qualification, your result or cgpa, and then your graduation date, what course are you interested in, when are you planning to start the course, and are you self-funded or are you going with loan or sponsorship, and also your destination. The application was a bit tedious, but with the help of IDP, everything went smoothly. They really help you a lot. So after they asked the basic questions, I answered them, and then they asked me to choose 5 unis, because for UCAS you need to choose 5 unis in the UK, and then you make decisions from there on. So it took me 3 days to think about it. I chose York, Essex, Kent, East Anglia, and also Manchester. I chose 3 unis based on scholarships. So for example, Bank Negara offers for Kent, Amara offers for Manchester. As far as I know, they have the list online, so you can just check them and you can, decide what unis to go to. After you choose them, they asked me to upload documents to Google Drive, and the documents are the results of your diploma or E-level, academic transcripts, your English test certificates. For me, I took IELTS. Your course outline. Course outline is what are the things that you learn during your diploma or A-level. For me, I think I search it. There's a website for your UiTM where you can just go search the course code, and then PDF come up of the course outline. You could download satu-satu lah, and it's a lot because I have 5 semesters. So you download for every subject that you think is berguna. Co-curriculum tu tak payah lah. You download satu-satu and then you upload everything on the Google Drive. And then the next thing is your personal statement. Personal statement is an essay about yourself and basically like what you have to offer. When I was doing my personal statement, it took me like a month. Good. I don't remember. It's better for you to start early rather than do it in the last minute, because it does play a role, especially if you're applying for unis like UCAS, LSE. Your personal statement is very important, but for the unis that I applied, they don't, I won't say they don't matter, but it's just like one of the requirements. You don't have to write like very good essay. My essay was not that great either. I wish that when I was doing my personal statement, someone would share me how she or he did their personal statement, because I have no clue of how to write it and what to write. I really want to share it to you guys, my personal statement, but unfortunately it has a lot of private information about yourself, so I don't know if it's like appropriate to share to people. But you can search examples of personal statement. I left the link of the personal statement that I refer to. It's better for you to search for personal statement that are related to your course. So what I did was I searched personal statement Actuarial Science. Just refer to them. Make it your own lah. Don't tiru bulat-bulat. Like, make it your own story, but have that kind of gist. They require reference letter. So this is what you would ask from your lecturers. They also ask for CV or resume if you have internship, but I didn't, so she said that it's okay for me to skip. But if you have internship, then you must have CV or resume. And the last thing is a copy of your passport. By the way, University of Manchester is not one of IDP's client list, but they still offer to help, and I think that IDP is very great. They replied fast, they answer everything that I asked, and they're very helpful. So yeah, I really recommend IDP. On the 24th of November, which is a month later, I joined a bunch of the university's webinar. The webinar is where the uni's representative will promote themselves, and I also had like a one-to-one session with them, with the representatives, and I can ask anything that I am curious about. That is their chance to promote themselves. You can ask about exemptions, because for my course, because I did a diploma in Actuarial Science also, so I asked them if there's any exemptions that I could get, or maybe I could get straight into year 2, and unfortunately Manchester tak ada, but it's okay. The 26th of November, which is 2 days after the webinar sessions and all that, the IDP contacted me and she said that she had finished my UCAS application, which I thought was quite fast, and they asked me to cross-check all of the details that they have put. At that time, they will give you the login details so you can check them. On the 3rd December, I got an email from UCAS, the confirmation of UCAS application. 14th of December, I started to receive acceptance from the uni. The first one was from York, the second one was Essex, and then Kent, and then East Anglia, and last but not least, Manchester. On 25th of February, I need to decide on a firm and also an insurance uni before 10th of June 2021. So the firm one, I chose Manchester, and the second one, the insurance, was Kent, because like I said, I chose the unis based on scholarships. From 5, you reduce it into 2. By any chance, unable to attend the firm decision, and then you go into the insurance one. I think that's how it works. 29th of March, I finished my diploma and I got my final semester result. I straight away emailed them to IDP. So everything, like all of the results that you get, just straight away email it to them and inform them that you have emailed it, and they will sort it out for you. From 1st April of 2020, I start applying for scholarships. Last but not least is on 15th of June. I actually had a problem. My offer letter from Manchester is still a conditional offer letter. They haven't received my last semester of diploma punya result, and I straight away contacted IDP, and they said that because Manchester is not one of their client, they might have ignored her emails. I terus emailed Manchester sendiri. So the moral of the story is, instead of just relying on IDP, which like what I did, it's better for you to check in with the universities yourself. The uni part is like the easy part. You just apply and you have someone to help you, which is the IDP, and they help you with everything. So you just have to worry about your personal statement. I think that took the longest. Let's get to the second part, which is the scholarship part. So like I mentioned, I started applying for scholarship on the 1st of April 2020. Scholarship biasanya buka like around SPM punya result keluar. So just keep an eye on that. There's a Telegram channel for scholarships, and they remind us what scholarships yang dah buka and what scholarships is about to close. So I think it is good to get into the Telegram, but I don't really refer to that sebab I like already aim what scholarship I want to apply. I applied to a lot of scholarships, a lot of essays. First one is Khazanah Watan. Starting date was 11th June of 2021, and it closed at 30th June. So macam separuh bulan je buka. The requirement is, all of the maybe 3.5 kot, 3.5 cgpa, and then you need to do essays, and after you submit your essays, you will go into the next step, the assessment part. Khazanah Watan has like the hardest assessment. For me, they ask for logic verbal advanced and also logic numerical advanced. The assessment was based on Cubics assessment. They have like example questions, but when I did the assessment, it's like 10 times harder than that. It was so hard, like I didn't even understand the question, what they were asking. For logic verbal is you'll be given an essay, and then they ask you a question, and then you choose which one's the answer, but you only have like a few minutes for one question. You read everything, and everything is like bahasa alien, like the English was another level. I don't understand a word. I don't even understand what they are asking. Like, it was very hard. For logic numerical, they gave you like graphs, and then ada soalan like, okay, it was okay lah for the numerical part, but the verbal part is like The next scholarship I applied was CIMB. I don't remember like what date it exactly opened, but it closed on 16th of June 2021. It also requires you to do essays. This one is the longest essay among the scholarships. It has 2 questions. The first one is, tell us more about the course that you have chosen and how you can contribute back to CIMB. 1,000 words. And the second question is, academic achievements aside, what makes you the next CIMB Asian Scholars? 1,000 words also. Oh, I forgot to tell you, like for Khazanah Watan, I only lepas sampai essay part je. Then the assessment, like they don't contact me dah. So macam I fail lah. And then for CIMB, even the essay part, I tak lepas. You need to be different, man. You know, your essay need to really caught the eyes of the readers. My essay was like, I am studying this and this. It's not like interesting at all. I found lah kena reject. You macam kena buat lain daripada lain punya essay, and I don't know how to do that, don't ask me. Next scholarship I applied was SIME Derby. For SIME Derby, you don't have to do an essay, but you have to do a video about yourself, 3 minutes video, but I tak lepas langsung. I also applied to Bank Negara. It closes on 27th of June 2021. Bank Negara also requires you to do essays. After you lepas the essay, you kena buat psychometric assessment, and then you kena buat a video, and then the interview. So for psychometric assessment is basically questions about yourself, like you rate yourself, how helpful are you. I did that on the 27th of July, and then on the 29th I submitted video. So basically there's 3 questions that you can choose which one to make a video of. The questions was who's your superhero, and then you could, the other 2 I don't remember, I'm sorry, because I did the superhero one and I said that it was my mom, and I did a video on that. It's like 2 minutes video. Last step is the interview. So you have 2 interviews. One is a group interview, another one is an individual interview. So for group interviews, it was held for 2 hours. The first part is like an ice breaking. They asked us to choose virtual background because it was conducted on Microsoft Teams. In that interview, you must explain why did you choose the background. After the ice breaking part, you will do a case study. You can bincang like how to achieve the question. I remember like the question was 50% of the community is already vaccinated, so how are you going to achieve herd immunity, something like that lah. And then you have to like consider the age, the price, type of vaccines, the side effects. Going to be judged on your teamwork and how you cooperate with other people. So I was actually stressed out about that because I haven't had interviews for such a long time, and tiba-tiba interview terus yang Bank Negara punya, so I freaked out, man. I searched like a whole bunch of videos on the interviews. Advices that I received at that time was, it's important for you to make the first step. So lepas dah diorang macam, okay, you have like berapa minit untuk bincang, so just go ahead and say like what you think. And if you don't have like anything to do, if you don't have any idea what to do, just volunteer to be the timekeeper, because it is also important to keep track of the time. And if you like volunteer, you're given a bonus point, you see, because yeah, you volunteer to do something that other people don't want to do. But janganlah jaga masa je, you need to give out something too. I think the key takeaways I get from the interview was like, cadangkan things that would make the process went smoothly. One of the other candidates, she said that, let's do it on Google Slides, which I think was like brilliant because everyone can do the work at the same time and they can do their own part. You can like fikir cepat, and then it was hard. For me, it was hard. At that time, man, you see candidates all macam nak, I think this is a great idea. I think this is, you know, they want to shine, right? Because you want the scholarship. Instead of showing like you know everything, it's better for you to guide everyone. Like semua macam sibuk nak cakap diorang punya isi. You said, I think that it's better for us to come to a conclusion because we only have a few more minutes to discuss, and we haven't started it with our slides. So let's just get straight to the point. If you're that person, I think that you'll get it. Because that girl, I remember that girl, the other candidate, she was brilliant, man. She was the one who offered the Google slide idea, and she was the one who pulled everyone together to do the work, to start the work. 10 minutes in, we haven't started everything. We just like chuck out all of our ideas, like this is better. So if you're that person, I think it's very great. Yeah, tips. Ask questions. Like every time dah habis, ask question. It makes you shine. I searched for advice for interviews. They all said, ask questions, but they don't say what questions to ask, so I don't know what questions to ask, you know. To get you into the idea, I think some of the great questions that you can ask, but it depends on the situation lah. So for my situation, like we didn't finish our task on time, we perlu like extra time, so you can ask them in your work. Of course, there's going to be like a situation where you have to do things cepat like we did for our case study, and how do you manage to do things on time, macam tu. Soalan tu bijak kan, macam ada orang tanya, and I was like, wow, that's a good question. I think that it was a brilliant question because it like kena dengan the situation, and he came up with the question like macam tu je, like For individual interviews, wow, I kena hentam. I did a research, I did research on Bank Negara, like how actuarial science operate in Bank Negara. I had all the answers and I practiced them, but I was so nervous at the time. My mind just went blank. You need to know like how your course is related to Bank Negara. How are you going to contribute back? And like he really like non-stop tanya, like after ditanya lagi soalan yang sama sebab I macam tak jawab soalan dia. So you need to be prepared for that. I think one of the biggest tips I could give for interviews is that you just have to believe in yourself. It's normal to be nervous. You rise up at the stage because of yourself, because of you. So you have the quality same as every other candidates. So you just believe in yourself. I didn't believe in myself. I was really self-doubting, and it was like a very bad time for me because I was in my third sem of degree in UiTM Seremban. It's a backup plan in case I didn't get to study abroad. So I terus sambung degree in UiTM, and at that time was my exam period or test period, or maybe I had like a lot of assignments to do. It was a very stressful time for me, and then I had to think about the interviews. I had to prepare for everything. It was very hard, man. Of course, you need to prepare yourself, like search for questions that will be asked for during interviews, the basics one. What's your weakness? What's your strength? Why are you interested in your course? The most important thing is you need to believe in yourself. Just have faith in yourself, and inshallah you'll do great. That's one of like the things that I regret. The last one is WTU, which is what I'm currently under. So for WTU, you don't have any essays, you don't have any interviews, you don't have any videos to do. You just have to upload your documents. Tapi you kena lepas the requirements. Dia buka from 14th of June until 27th of June. So for bachelor's degree, which is what I'm currently doing right now, they requires you for IB 35/45, and for A-level 13/15. I don't know how that works. And for foundation, SSC, matriculasi or diploma, which is what I did, is 3.6 and above. And then for IELTS is band 6.5. For TOEFL is 100/120. For SAT is 1,200/1,600. Mind you that WTU Mara is not a scholarship, it's a loan. When you open the document, there's also a list of universities and the countries that they're located in. Other in UK is Edinburgh, UCL, Cambridge, Oxford. They also offer for USA, Singapore, Switzerland, China, Hong Kong, Japan, and Canada. The first step during your application, you apply everything, you easy, and then you upload the documents. The documents are your IC, sijil lahir, and offer letter, if can the unconditional one. That's the thing. Before you apply for scholarship, make sure that you have the offer letters. Bukannya like apply scholarship dulu baru dapat offer letter. And your official transcript, which is your results, and your IELTS punya result, IC for both of your parents. I think it's not parents particularly, it's the penjamin. Or is it parents? Your surat beranak, their penyata gaji, your education verification. I have like a bad thing lah with education verification ni. For your ITM, it's better for you to minta awal-awal, okay? Because like they will reply you very late. It took me a long time, man. And I was nervous. I was really nervous. Like, macam mana kalau tak sempat hantar all of the documents and then I tak terima, faham tak? Like, at the time, you'll be very nervous. I think that most of the scholarship requires you like to take an English test. I took IELTS. You have to achieve band 6.5 and above. So IELTS is 6.5/9. IELTS are the 4 things: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. So everything is 999, and then they carry the average, so you need to get 6.5. I wish someone have told me like take IELTS awal-awal. Most of my friends, they don't take IELTS even masa apply on WTU because like IELTS is expensive. You have to pay on your own. It's 795 ringgit. Obviously, you kena fikir banyak kali kan, it's a lot of money. So, most of my friends did tak ambil awal because they're like, oh, if I'm not going to be offered WTU, like, what's the point of taking IELTS? But at the end, IELTS ni diorang tak boleh claim dengan marah pun. And then you memang kena bayar sendiri. So, macam ambil je awal because like, I mean, it depends on your situation. But my situation was everything yang I've mentioned ni happened when I was doing my third semester of degree. It's a very busy period for me. Like, I was so stressed out. I think that I cried every day during these 2 months. If only I have taken IELTS earlier, then I think that my mind would be more clearer and I could do a lot of things at a much better quality. Maybe I could just focus on my interviews instead of thinking of IELTS also at the time. If you take awal, like, you can go for classes, IELTS classes. I belajar sendiri because at first memang tak sempat pun nak pergi kelas IELTS ke apa. So I belajar semua sendiri and it was very stressful for me because I need a teacher to teach me, especially like the writing part. How are you going to judge for yourself, you know? Like, what you write, of course, like, you think is good. You need a teacher especially for writing and also speaking because it was very expensive, 700, almost 800 ringgit. I was under a lot of pressure because I need to succeed at one go, you know. If I fail, macam kalau minta lagi sekali duit my mom yang bayarkan. Pressure is through the roof. That time I was really busy with my tests and also my finals. Okay, do you want to see my planner? This is what I did. I tak tipu So every day I wake up at 5 and then until 8 I study for IELTS, and then after that I have classes for my degree, and then at malam I study for my tests and finals. So back to IELTS. So what I did was, for listening and reading, I would say easy for you to practice on your own because, you know, you added the answer scheme. I did a lot of sets. So the more you do, I think it's better. Also refer to YouTube channels. IELTS Daily kot nama YouTube tu. I refer to that channel a lot, and they give you tips on listening and reading, also in writing and speaking as well. And then you can download Cambridge IELTS punya buku. It's quite expensive to buy, so I download je the PDF version online. I mean, I did it on my iPad, so I boleh tulis. And that helps me a lot too. Every book have 4 sets. I did like 3 books. That's how I practice. For speaking, I practiced with my brother. He helped me a lot. Like, every day we would go outside because I was so stressed out, right? Go outside, take a walk, and during that time, he asked me a question and then I answer. And I think it is good for you to practice every day, for you to speak, you know, to get familiarized with it. And then for writing, I minta tolong my auntie because she's an English lecturer. Ask her to mark my word. Writing, it has 2 parts. So the first part is for the graph, and then the second part is they give you a question and then you do the essay. For the graph, it has quite a few tricks and tips for you to do. You macam kena ikut the format and everything. That's it for the scholarship part. Now on to the last part, which is the process of getting here. I was offered WTU Mara on the 18th of August 2021. I actually dah dapat lama, like a week before that, but I tak sedar because they don't give you email. You have to check it on the website. I didn't know that. I thought, because my friend, she received the offer through email. So I expect macam, oh, semua akan dapat from email. So I tunggu dekat email je. Most of my friends semua dah dapat offer tu. Tinggal I je tak dapat lagi. And then I was like freaked out. Like, oh my god, I was not going to be offered ke. Like. And then I called WTU Mara. Oh, I think it's also important for you to check in with the representative of WTU Mara. Just ask question, even silly questions pun orang akan layan juga. He said that, oh, you dah check dekat website belum? Oh, keluar kat website ke? And then yeah, that's it. So I dah terlambat 1 week, and they only give you 2 weeks to settle everything, the agreement, the documents yang you kena hantar. And mind you, you have to have 2 penjamin for studying abroad. For in the country, only need 1. The penjamin needs to tanda tangan like using the pen. It cannot be scanned, it cannot be printed or anything. They need the original copy. And then it's the visa part. Oh, visa, I got my visa really late. For UK, you will receive CAS letter. Macam you tunjuk punya course and everything, like where you're studying, where you're staying, dapat lambat because my unconditional offer letter dapat lambat. The process was stressful because one thing depends on the other things. So bila ni lambat, yang ni pun akan lambat. Keep track on everything. Make sure you already have all of your documents. Because of COVID, we need to apply for My Travel Pass. Yang ni you kena apply awal gila because it took like months, and you also cannot check the current status of your application. That's why it is much more nerve-wracking. Process of getting here, you will know them as you go. The sponsorship bodies, they also like kami tahu like you need apa. I think that's it for today's video. I really hope that my videos somehow helped you, and if you need more clarifications, just email me or DM me on Instagram. I'll try to answer everything. I doakan semua yang nak study abroad will get their chance to study abroad as well. So I guess I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye! Thanks for watching.